Next streams will be on Thursday, which is the 9th of... Tuesday, which is the 9th of December, and Thursday, which is the 11th. Okay, I just managed to arrive in time. Okay, so let's see. Hi there to Julia. Hi to Ronan. Hi to Oksana. Have fun in the gym, Ronan. Hi to Valentine. Hi to Vitali. Hi to Trust. Hi to Oksana. Hi to MT, and hi to Julia. Hi to Patricia as well. Lovely to see you. So let's get it on. Hi Lando. Great to have you as well. I'm going to have to move this. I'm still a little bit disorganized, but that will pass as I get into this. Okay, so hi Yuri, lovely to see you. The centuries-old origin of the witch's hat. So what's the first image you with a witch? What's the first image you with a witch? So here we go. Yes, we're on. Now I'm organised. Good to have you with us, P. Associate, says Vitali. Associate for Oksana. I'm pretty sure that's the ice cream. Bang on. Associate for Patricia. Associate for Valentine. Associate for Maurits. Hi Maurits, lovely to see you. Associate, says Julia. That looks pretty good. Let's go straight into it. So, what's the first image you associate with a witch? Hi Alex, lovely to see you. Okay. Envision, that's a good word. Might it be the broomstick, which was first linked to and heresy in 1342, when Irishwoman Lady Alice Kyteler was accused of... Hi Trust, hi Rainyard. Okay, so witchcraft for Lando, witchcraft for Yuri. But notice you've got two blanks, and it's we need another word as well. Witchcraft, says Oksana. Witchcraft, says MT. Or to legend and heresy. Patricia says witchcraft and sorcery for blasphemy and heresy. Witchcraft, black magic, sorcery, says Oksana. Sorcery, says Rainyard. Being accused of witchcraft. Witchcraft is definitely the second one, Trust. Accused of witchcraft. Of wrongdoings and heresy. Sorcery, says Maurits. Okay, very good. So, of witchcraft, says Trust. Black magic. So, ice cream there definitely to Patricia for the first one with the word sorcery. Yeah. Linked to evil and heresy, to sorcery and heresy. That's very good. Well done. Well done, all of you. Okay. An investigator, on searching her home, found the offending item, which she ambled and galloped through thick and thin. Sorcery means black magic, witchcraft. I think I've got this one wrong. A broomstick too. I think that's probably what it should be. Also a besom. This is the type of broom that a witch uses. Hi Marco. With which. With which is good, Lando. Sitting on. The offending item. Sitting on. But the grammar doesn't work, Oksana. A besom. That's the broom with a stick and then all the bits going down. Not the wide one. With which. Sitting on which. You don't need the sitting, Oksana. On which. Sitting on. Here. With which. On which. I messed this one up a bit. Okay, so. Upon which. Yes, and I took it out because it was my mistake. Absolutely. That's my bad, Oksana. Upon which. Yes. Yes, yes, Lando. Well done. Okay, upon which she ambled. Galloped through thick and thin. She's riding her broomstick here and there. High white stripes. It's just a very literary way of saying going here and there. She flew to different places, galloping through thick and thin. She travelled to different places on her broomstick. Or perhaps it's where potions were in William Shakespeare's The Tragedy of Macbeth. Double, double, toil and trouble. Grimoire. A grimoire is a book of spells. Were concocted. Were cooked. Cauldron. Well done, Oksana. Hi, Sid. Great to see you. Brood. Well done, White Stripes. Brood, says MT. The vessel where they were cooked, were crafted. The apparatus. The kettle. Were boiling. Were brewed, says Julia. Brewed. Were conjured. Cauldron, yes, but you got the word, Oksana, and that's probably more important because English spelling is so confusing. Were bubbling, bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Okay, it's definitely cauldron, isn't it? Yes, it definitely is. And you brew a magic potion where the potions were brewed. Yes, okay, if you've read Macbeth, the word is cauldron. Cauldron. Cauldron, both spellings exist. That's interesting. The bowl. Okay, a cauldron is a big pot. Fire burn and cauldron bubble was the witch's now incantation. So double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Trademark, that's a good word, Lando. It's not the right one, but you've got the right meaning. Well done. Famous, now famous, go to. Yep, definitely. Trend, yes, there should be a quotation mark. Copy and paste. There you go. Now emblematic. Emblematic's a very good word. The Cauldron of Stalingrad. Hi Philippe, lovely to see you. The ubiquitous. Okay, but a cauldron is a big thing where you cook in. Now spelling, incessant. Or wherever the quote begins. Yes, the quote began earlier. So emblematic. Emblematic is the best one I've seen so far. Okay, some meaning emblematic. Famous, now famous. Du jour. Well done, Reynard. Iconic. Well done, Reynard. That's really good. The witch is now iconic incantation. Ritualistic. Very good. Mesmerizing. Symbolic is good as well. Du jour. Something made or prepared for the day. Soup du jour. Soup of the day. But perhaps the most enduring of the witch is the conical hat seen in Frank L. Baum's 1900 children's novel, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Feature is very good. The image is very good as well. I don't remember the second one. Popular children's novel, says White Stripes. Short children's novel, says Lando. Enduring characteristic, good word, Oksana. Paraphernalia, I like paraphernalia. Symbol is a good word. Example. Image, illustration, good words, Patricia. Symbol for Julia, attribute for Valentine. Epitome, but normally it's the epitome of the witch. Let's see, the word is good, Julia, but you can't use it in this. You're going to have to change the grammar. Popular, says Maurits. Depiction, famous, says Marco. The children's novel, illustrated. Most enduring outfit of the witch. Outfit would work. Illustrated children's novel. I like illustrated. It's quite good. Let's see. Classic. But perhaps the most enduring image. So ice creams for it all round for image. Illustrated is good with pictures. Classic. Yeah, classic novel. In the 1939 film The Wizard of Oz and Margaret Hamilton's frightening depiction of the attire is good as well, Philippe. Feature, yes. So what was the name, the full name? Yes, well done, Lando. It's got to be with all that alliteration. Well done, Lando. Well done, Yuri. Enduring description. Enduring description of the witch. Well done, Sid. Wicked Witch of the West for Mauli. Stereotyped Witch of the West. For the stereotype for the previous one, says Vitali. Wicked for Julia. Wicked for Patricia. So, very definitely, the Wicked Witch of the West. The youngest witch of the West. Her name was the Wicked Witch of the West. In the opening cartoon credits of 1960s Bewitched and in the Harry Potter films, www, the Wicked Witch of the West, yes. The Crooked Witch of the West. She's got to be wicked. Is it feature film? It wasn't a feature film though. Musical. It wasn't. Well done, Yuri. I'm really impressed. Sitcom. Series. Normally we say series. Serial. I would normally say a series. Well done, Yuri. Very, very good indeed. The opening cartoon credits of 1960s series, but no, as Yuri says, sitcom. Well done, Yuri. That's very good. Situation comedy. And in the Harry Potter films. Rendition. But that, unfortunately, was the original rendition of Bewitched. Rendition is usually soap, drama. Drama's a good word, Sid. Soap is a good word from Philippe. Some of the earliest depictions of conical hats, says Lando and White Stripes, are majestic gold tapered headpieces decorated with astronomical from the Bronze Age. Examples, specimens, says Alex. Examples for Maurits. Images of, for Oksana. Astronomical imagery. Astronomical signs, representation of the conical hat. Signs, ornaments. Depictions, examples. So I think astronomical ornaments. Ornaments is pretty good as well. And by the way, sign is not the right word, Yuri, or Oksana. They're not signs. The star sign, yes, I suppose they are. Right. Examples. So if it's not signs, what is it? With astronomical signs. No. Well done, Oksana. That's it. Fleur-de-lis. Fleur-de-lis is the flower, the live flower. With astronomical fleur-de-lis from the Bronze Age. I suppose so, because the fleur-de-lis is a design. Accessories, features, decorations, symbols. Yes, Yuri. Symbols. Yes, Valentine. Astronomical symbols. Okay, a sign normally indicates where you're going. I know they call it a star sign, but these are symbols. They with astronomical, but it needs to be a noun. Versions, decor. Okay, one of the earliest examples with astronomical symbols. Earliest demonstrates astronomical ornaments. Not quite, Sid. Instruments, says Valentine. When it was said that the priests who wore them had knowledge and power. When it was said that the priests who wore them had knowledge and power, who once wore them had gained knowledge and power, secret knowledge and power. I like secret. Who also wore them. Superior knowledge and power. You're going to get... There's some more good ones for that. Arcane. That's a brilliant word, Vitali. Who officiated while wearing them. Who once wore them had gained. Who religiously wore them. Who proudly wore them. And immense knowledge and power. That's a good word, Patricia. Ceremoniously wore them, says Alex. Proudly. Usually. I think usually is the one I like. Had received knowledge and power. Who allegedly wore them. Had super knowledge and power. That's good, Sid. Also wore enigmatic knowledge and power. That's very good, Valentine. Immense knowledge and power. Divine knowledge and power. Who likely wore them. It was so when it was said that the priests who likely wore them, who probably wore them, had divine knowledge and power, who ostentatiously, that's very good, they're showing off to everyone. Okay. Sacred, good word, Reynard. Pointy hats were found on the heads of Chinese mummies from the 4th to the 2nd century BC, earning them the witches of Subishi, when their graves were in 1978. Esoteric, great word, Vitali. The modern name, the modern address. Name is part of the answer, Lando. Name's going to get you half an ice cream. Unearthed. Well done, Philippe. When they were discovered, says Lando. The modern moniker. The modern tag. Sobriquet, definitely Patricia. Moniker for White Stripes when they were excavated for Philippe. When they were opened. When they were exhumed. Unearthed, says Oksana. Unearthed is. Well done, Yuri. The nickname. Well done, Yuri. Nickname for Lando as well. Were unearthed. Well done, Julia. Disinterred. Good word. The sobriquet when they were unearthed. Were excavated. Were exhumed. So, definitely an ice cream there for Philippe for Unearthed, who came out with Unearthed right at the beginning. And nickname. So ice creams for Unearthed and nickname. But well done, Philippe, with Unearthed. You got that one just right. So you got them both, Philippe, and Disinterred for White Stripes. And let us continue. Moniker would actually work for a nickname. It's a bit informal. It's a bit American as well. I think moniker is informal slang, American slang. But you could use moniker, I suppose. Yeah, I'm not terribly happy with it. So, just how did the pointy hat become with the witch? There are a number of theories. Associated, says Lando. Associated for Yuri. Synonymous, says White Stripes. Associated, says Oksana. Synonymous for MT. Push the likes, please, says Starry. Thank you, Starry. It's good to see you. Synonymous or associated, Maldives. Associated, says Vitali. Presently in St Neots. Okay, just south of Cambridge. So you're in the Fens. It's probably really cold in St Neots, Philippe. Become associated for Patricia. Associated for Julia. Associated for Sid. Associated for Renya. Synonymous. 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 Ice creams for synonymous. Well done. Well done all of you with synonymous. Okay. St Neots. St Neots. St Neots near Cambridge. St Neots. I know the place well. Okay, so synonymous. What's my favourite Christmas movie? Boof. I'm not a big fan of Christmas movies. Probably Home Alone, I guess, because I watched it with my kids so many times. Mandatory conical headwear has been used in history as for forced identification and persecution. Tool for White Stripes, tool for Lando. Synonymous. I love it. Well done, Oksana. A token. A tool, says Julia. A means. That's very good as well. Home Alone, I said. Scrooge. I don't like Charles Dickens at all. I detest Dickens. He's really difficult to read. But that's being made to read it at school. Okay, as a tool for forced identification. As a guide. That's not bad, Sid. Not bad. It's a wonderful life. You can't take it with you. Yes, that's another good one as well. A symbol. Yes. So those who held or opinion contrary to the orthodox religions, especially Christian doctrine, were labelled and forced to wear the distinctive hat. Capra. A belief. Belief is a good word, Lando. I think that's probably it. A belief, says Alex. A contrary were labelled contrary. You could for the second, I suppose. Heretic, says Lando. Held a stand. A position, a belief. Heretics, says Oksana. Belief, says Yuri. Heretic, says Vitali. Heretics for Valentine. A belief for Julia. Belief for Philippe. A dogma. I like dogma for the first one. Philippe is a good word. Labelled a heretic. Belief. A position against. They were a position against. Needs more. But heretics definitely starry. Heretic, says Maurits. Belief and heretics. A stance. Stance is a good word. Stance instead of stand. A stance. But it was belief. So, belief and heretics are the ice cream words for this one. There's one with Ustinov and Humphrey Bogart. I'm trying to think of that one, Pete. Okay. Possessed. They were labelled as possessed. That's good. Demonic possession. Were labelled villains. An idea. Yes, Sid. So Jewish men in the 13th century were forced by the Roman Church to wear a cone-shaped horned skull cap called Judenhut. So this one was easy. Catholic for Lando and White Stripes. Catholic for Vitali and Maurits and Alex. Catholic for Yuri. Heretic means somebody who doesn't follow the true religion in the correct way. It's following a religion but doing things that are wrong. It's following incorrect rituals. It's believing forbidden beliefs within a religion. So, for example, a Muslim who lends money for interest could be called a heretic. Branded is good as well. Catholic for Oksana, Catholic for Julia, Catholic for Trust, Catholic for Renyard. Roman Christian, Roman Catholic. It's got to be Catholic for Philippe. Catholic for Sid. Oh, and one of the boys thinks Catholic with a capital C. Very definitely. Believe wrong things about God. Yeah. Okay, so I had great difficulty with this paragraph. It was really difficult to find something to nonconformists. Catholic for Patricia. We've got an interesting comment here. Judenhut, is it Latin? No, it's Judenhut is probably Yiddish. Hut is hat in German. Yeah, Catholic with a lowercase c is completely different. So, those, says Vitali, people, other crimes. The Inquisition is official an official group. The what's it? There's something like the holders of the doctrine of the faith. Because also you can just call them the Inquisition. So other for Vitali, people for Valentine, people and other crimes for Regnard, people for White Stripes, other for Valentine for the second. Women accused of heresy. Okay, that's probably true as well, Oksana. People and other. Non-Christians accused of heresy. Among others. Official group, yes. Auto da fe. The burning of a heretic. Okay. Those accused of other crimes. Others. That's pretty good. Well done, Sid. Let's go for the next one. Those and others. Absolutely, Maurice. The capirote is still worn at festivals in Spain in Holy Week. Those, yes, those referring to people. Yeah, that's why they flew. At some festivals in Spain, during some festivals, at certain festivals, numerous festivals, especially for the second one for White Stripes, held in Holy Week. Ha ha! Very good, I like that, held. Held is very nice, especially for Lando. At several and especially for Regnard, at religious festivals, notably in Holy Week, notably to good for the second one, good MT. At Carnival, Hi grandfathers, hello. So contemporary. Auto da fe, yes. An act of faith. Certain and especially, says Starry. Observed in Holy Week is a good verb. I actually like that, held in Holy Week. Okay, at is still worn. At religious festivals. In Spain, particularly in Holy Week. Especially, particularly. So, particularly. Was this chapter in history a factor in the pointy hat's latter emergence as a witch? Opinions. So, was this chapter in history a factor in the pointy hat's latter emergence as a witch? Opinions. Take care, Philippe. No time for fubbing. So enjoy your time in St. Neots. Opinions differ. A witch attire for Lando. As a witch attribute. Opinions vary. That's very good, MT. Opinions diverge, says Yuri. Opinions differ, says Vitaly and Valentine. Opinions clash, says Oksana. Opinions diverge. But notice, as a witch, opinions differ. You've definitely got the second bit. But attire doesn't work because we don't say an attire. It's a piece of attire. Attire is uncountable. As a witch garment. Well done, Valentine. A garment, definitely. A witch emblem. Good, Patricia. It's a noun. It's a noun-noun collocation, yes. Opinions differ. Good, Patricia. Headwear. That's a really good word, Oksana. As a witch costume. I would say a witch's costume. Headgear. Motif. Accoutrement. I should have given you a clue for this one. Hi, Abi Dahir. Great to have you. Headdress. As a witch motif. Opinions vary. Several centuries later, effect, as in effects position. Hi, Victor, lovely to see you. Keto Day. Appeared to as they fly in the air. Sounds pretty good from MT. Possession for the previous, there's white stripes. To depict the capirote as they fly in the air. Depict, says Vitali. Depict, says Oksana. To paint. Yeah, paint would work. A headwear. I've seen it as countable. I'm not very happy with a headwear. And I would say a piece of headwear. But it could be a headwear. It's possible. It's something that's been coming in. To place the capirotti, to depict, as they fly in the air, as they scud through the air, as they levitate in the air. Levitate's a good word. They vanish into the air. They disappear into the air. Don't Google capirote. They fly. To depict. Hovering in the air. As they hover in the air. Hover is a very good word, Marco. Soar, says Nihilistic. Welcome, Nihilistic. Appeared to portray. To feature. To reference. As they float in the air. So, definitely there was somebody out there with float, I'm pretty sure. To hover was pretty close from Marco. They fly as they float in the air. As they dance in the air. That's a good word, Valentine. As they flit. I love it. Flit from place to place. A whisk for Vitali. Capirote, super tail and pointy hat. Okay. The artwork is thought to be a satirical critique of and ignorance. So, this word you can get. A satirical critique of and ignorance. Bigotry. That's not bad, Lando. Bigotry. So bigotry says Maldives. It's not bad, but that's not the right answer. Witchcraft. Witchcraft is very good, Reynard. Bigotry says Julia. Stupidity and ignorance. Heresy and ignorance. Heresy is a good word as well, Patricia. Well done, Yuri, of superstition and ignorance. Ice cream for Yuri there, very definitely. Prejudice and ignorance is a good word as well. Misogyny, good word, Trust, definitely. Of misogyny and ignorance. Okay. Foolishness for nihilistic. Created during the Enlightenment era, airborne witches with grotesque features, wearing high conical hats, resembling either the ecclesiastical mitre, this Pope's hat, or perhaps the capirote, as worn by heretics. A donkey, ignorance. Gullibility, that's a very good word for the previous one. Riding a donkey, resembling. Naive, naivety for the previous one. So, the capirote as worn by heretics, dash, mitre, a pope's hat, a bishop's hat. A donkey in ignorance. So, look at the whole thing. Created during the Enlightenment era, the airborne witches with grotesque features wear high conical hats, resembling ecclesiastical mitres, or perhaps a capirote as worn by heretics. Featuring. Featuring is very good, Patricia. Resembling innocence. Resembling for Lando, resembling is not bad. Depicting, symbolising. Well done, Valentine. Yeah, the dash is different because the dash is about that central mounting a donkey. Meaning, symbol of ignorance. Symbolising, feigning, symbolising, illustrating ignorance. Feature a donkey. Okay, feature is good. Symbolising. Remind of the symbol of. Alongside. So the conical hats. Alongside the donkey. Embodying. That's a very good word. So you need to read this sentence and come into the next one. Alongside. Just ignore everything between the dashes for easy reading. Yes, the dashes make it really, really difficult. Wearing high conical hats alongside a donkey symbolising ignorance. So it has witches with these features, with the hats, next to a donkey, which means ignorance. Showcase. Showcasing, that's good. Yeah, when you've got dashes like that, you should leave it out. Encapsulating is a good word. Heretics featuring a donkey demonstrating ignorance. Yee. With, yes, a preposition with would have worked for this previous one. With a donkey symbolising ignorance. Below two men. By some commentators to represent fear and delusion, react to what they perceive as a demonic or event. Described, good word. Situated, no. Believed, good Maurits. Considered, good Alex. Thought by, well done Yuri. Described for nihilistic. Claimed, yeah, claimed would work. Considered, without the D, considered, Julia. Interpreted, that's a good word, Valentine. Thought says, yeah, thought by some people to be. Believed, or tumultuous event, supernatural event, malevolent event. I love all those words. Tumultuous, supernatural, malevolent, they're great. Demonic, says nihilistic. Paranormal as well for nihilistic delusions. Okay, let me give it to you. Demonic, a demonic event. So well done, nihilistic. A person is malevolent. I'm not sure eerie event is a good word. Considered, believed. A supernatural event. Supernatural, ominous. These are very good as well. And that's the end for today. Preternatural, I love it. Seen by some. Seen by some commentators. Seen is a very good word, Sid. A demonic or supernatural. Malevolent events. You see, let's see. I think, Alex, events could be malevolent if you personify them. If you personify what's happening, then the events themselves become malevolent. But I think you're right. Generally, malevolent events, no. They don't have will. Okay, that's it, unfortunately. I'm sorry, Lando. It's a different text. It was sort of different and a bit weird. So, next stream is on Tuesday, which is the 9th? Yes. Yeah, I think it depends. I think it's very artistic. Tuesday, 9th of December at 10 a.m. UK time. Thank you, Renyard. Thank you, Maurits. Thank you, Nihilistic. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you. Welcome, Ashbahug. Yes, it's 9. Good. Thank you, Oksana. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, Renyard. Have a wonderful weekend, all of you. So, let's see. Let me do this. Thank you to Abdi Dahir. Thank you to Alex and Sid. Thank you to Asperhug. Thank you to Don't Trust. Thank you to Julia. Thank you to Maurits and Lando and Marco. Thank you to Matthew Damaret. Thank you to Nihilistic Delusions. Thank you to Oksana and Patricia. Thank you to Renyard and Valentine and White Stripes. Thank you to Yuri and to Vitali. And thank you to Starry as well. It's been great having you all. This has been fun. It's been difficult and a bit weird. Thank you, Starry. Thank you, Marco. Good to have you. Thank you, Asperhug. Thank you all for coming. So I hope to see you all on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday would be the day. So take care and bye for now. Thank you, Patito Garcia.